Let's continue the abstract story for a little while. Nah, let's go with Rose and Dave. What the fuck? I remember waking up here after getting shot. Yes, what else? Then the cage bunny came and gave us the bomb. Where'd he go anyway? She's around. The bunny's a she. Her name is Liv Tyler. That's dumb. Take it up with John. What else? We were talking about who would go. Do you remember what we decided? No. Wait, wasn't I going to go? Is that what happened? Did I go and now I'm dead? Not quite. What's not quite? That I didn't go or that I'm not dead? Do you remember anything else? No. What about why you went to fight Jack? Sure, I did that because I wanted to and because I was supposed to. Are you sure? Yeah, I saw my future self fighting him, so obviously that had to happen or else I'd be dead anyway, without even getting the satisfaction of standing up to him. So was your decision a result of desire or obligation? It's hard to explain. With all the time shit going on, I don't try to understand your light shit, do I? I don't know much about the light shit, to be honest. I may have missed my chance to figure it out. Haven't we had this conversation already? Mostly. I'm doing what I can to jog your memory. It's jogging, I guess. Its man boobs are jiggling a little. Nice. So, what about Jade? What? You didn't tell her your expedition with her would result in your death, let alone one she'd inadvertently cause, or that she'd be stuck with the job of resuscitating you, did you? What am I really supposed to say? Hey, we're gonna hunt frogs till you shoot me through the jack. Fuck. Then I die and you gotta make out with me. That kind of changes how the whole thing goes, doesn't it? Not if you're supposed to do it, right? What does that mean? I guess you're right. No reason to make an effort to empathize if doing so comes at the price of oblivion. What the fuck? It must be comforting to have your ASPD tacitly supported by predestination. ASPD? Antisocial personality disorder. Oh no, this conversation just got bum rushed by a mudslide of fucking awful. It was already awful, believing you might be dead? It wasn't already awful, believing you might be dead? You don't know anything about what I was feeling or what happened on Lofaf. You were all pavement-faced and babbling your throwfester speak and flipping off the shit with your own crazy death wish thing. Why do you think you know what was going through my head? You're just assuming and throwing around psych buzzwords like ASPD complex disorder. So it's a disorder, a complex, and then a disorder again for good measure? In your case, probably. Sounds like a positively delirious state of existence. Some delirious biznasty, alright. Oh, snap? Yes. I'm a authorized, goddamn, you may swipe it at the door to check yourself into the burn ward. Might you loosen the purse strings on an oh no he didn't? Nah, those are kept in emergency reserve for your mama jokes from the 90s. Anyway, I'm telling you, if I said anything at all about it, she probably doesn't even fire her gun once, and all I'm doing is dragging her into a doomed timeline with me. I guess I'm learning to be impressed by your sense of obligation to inevitable misfortune. It's a strange case of inspiration through futility. None of this is that big a deal. I just mentioned the basics to her, that I'd stop time traveling soon, break out of the loops, not have to wonder all the time if I was taking a wrong turn and dooming everybody. It was never that cool. I was never that cool with this. With what exactly? You know, how you turned out to be this incredibly shitty seer of light and basically failed at that in every way imaginable? Hey! Maybe I never wanted to be a Knight of Time. Maybe I'd rather just be like the Dave of Guy, you know, just some dude. These really do not sound like the words of someone ready to face his own death. The kind you don't wake up from, I mean. I guess not. I guess I failed my quest then, so now I'm like, now what, bitches? To nobody in particular, I guess. The unseen bitches callously conspiring to expect greatness from you? Yes, those bitches. The exact ones. If that's how you feel, then why didn't you insist on going on the mission to deliver the tumor? Black and whitened for giant yin-yang bomb. Dip, 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 dip. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Then I guess that's what happened. I delivered the bomb and now I must be dead. Are you sure? Is that wrong? Maybe you should try to answer the question. Why did you want to go? Because I made the map, so I know how to get there better. But it seems simple enough, a set of bearings to follow. See, the application pilots the moon. Change course when necessary. Anyone could do it, really. We talked about this. Debated, if you recall. Okay, if you remember it all so clearly, why are you grilling me on this shit? Will you just tell me what's going on? I'm just seeing if you can remember, and if you're sticking to your story about why you should be the one to go. Well, I am, because I should, or should have. And what the fuck is going on? Am I dead, or are you dead, or what? You're almost there. Really, just try to remember a little more. What happened after we decided you'd go? Oh yeah. We were trying to figure out a way to detach the moon so I could pilot it out there, fly it into the sun. But the chain was huge. Couldn't think of how to break it. Then out of nowhere, this sword appears in the thing. So I'm thinking, obviously, I have to break the sword somehow, because that's all I fucking do is break swords. But as I'm thinking of how to do it, I put my hand on it. It just snaps off with this comical shattering noise, like I just fucked up some priceless shit in the Louvre. See? Like that. Like I did it again just there with my hand, because of dream bubbles. Remember when that happened? Mm-hmm. Then I took it and sliced the chain, like this. Damn, it still cuts like it's plowing through a shaft of boneless zombie meat. Careful, I just managed to quell my appetite after all that burger talk. Whoops, yeah. So then, the moon started drifting away, and I was gonna fly up and take it to the sun and said something to you, or was going to, like say bye or something, but you were just standing there, not saying anything, holding that ball of yarn, and then, oh god damn it, that's right. Come on, knocking me out so you can steal the suicide mission? God damn it, that's so trite. I really am sorry for that. It's like, here's how bad this is. We're basically movie Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck from John's shitty crappy movie. You made this even more Armageddon than it already was, sealing me in the airlock so I can go home to Liv Tyler and have the most terrible babies with her. If it's any consolation, Liv Tyler came with me on the suicide mission. The bunny or the actress? Which one would make you feel better? You not knocking me out with a ball of fucking yarn is fucking what? If I could have chosen a method of sparing your life you might have found more awesome, I would. Is there an ironic way to do that? This probably comes close, but that doesn't make it not lame as hell. Does it matter if I took some gentle satisfaction seeing you fall unconscious at the gentle glance of a soft cotton globe? It's cool you're so tickled by this. I hope it brought you a lot of rad laughs on your way to go fucking explode. So that's it. I'm actually lying here on Durst asleep. And you went out there and blew up the sun, and now you're dead, and I'm dream chilling with your smug ghost. Yes to the first part. So you're not dead. Not yet. Then you're dreaming. But what, you're taking a little nap on the moon in the middle of nowhere? Afraid not. I'm wide awake. Ah. Well, the bubbles occupy physical space. Therefore, Rose is not dreaming. She is passing through the bubble that Dave is dreaming. God, that sounds terrifying. Alright. Let's go with Jade Sprite and Dave Sprite for this tune. Are you okay? Been better. What happened to you? What happened to you? I died in my dream and came back as a dog. Oh, well, I turned into a bird and got into a fight. What is that? What, this thing? Yes. Legendary sword. How'd you get it? Long story. Shenanigans mostly. Yes, I figured shenanigans were probably involved. Could you be more specific? Well, basically I'm from another timeline. We couldn't win the game there, so I came back to help Dave. Dave? Dave from this timeline. As a sprite, I'm supposed to help him with his quest. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to help Jade too, but she's doing alright, don't worry about it. Okay, I'll try. You were saying? So, things kind of become even more crazy in this timeline than the one I was from, and it was clear Dave was never going to do the quest I didn't get the chance to finish. Not even after you brought the forge. The forge? Your volcano. Oh. So after laying low for a while, I just went and did whatever I could myself. Got Callid Fulch, the fucking Welsh sword Dave broke, went to look for Hephaestus again, figuring there wasn't much hope in beating him this time, either especially being injured and all, but what the hell, right? But then that's when you lit the forge somehow. I did? Well, no, not you, but the other Jade. Yeah, she's a lot more brave than me, I think. She brought me back thinking I could help her, and all I did was disappoint her and everyone else. You came back as a sprite, and you're managing to do important things. But I just feel scared and helpless. It's not as if you came back because Jade made the decision for you. I made the decision to come back for myself. Maybe it'd be different if you had the same chance. I don't know if I would have if I had the chance, but I would like to not feel so useless to everyone. I think everyone's on top of this. There's not much for us to do anymore. Well, what about your sword? Isn't it important? I guess so, but not really for me since I'm not the real Dave anymore. I'm still not sure how you got it. What does it have to do with my volcano? That's a bit complicated. See, it turns out I had no idea how the denizens worked at all. How did Liv Tyler get back to Durst? Pick again. Remove. Put back. So the only thing Liv has is the tumor. Escape. Total success. A mysterious bloody hat. Oh no! Oh, poor Nana. Alright, time for some romantic drama. So, it seems you are in fact an alien with horns and everything. Huh. Yes, John, horns and all. That totally proves I am an alien beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, what do you make of these blank white eyes of mine? What do you think that could mean, I don't know. Aliens usually have big spooky eyes, don't they? Humans have literally the dumbest extraterrestrial lore. Weren't those supposed to be aliens on one of your posters? You mean Mac and Me? Yeah, even I can admit that movie was indefensible. Well, if you want to know, normally we would have bright orange eyes with gray irises. They fill in with our blood pigment as we get older. Also, normally I have this one goofy eye with 7 pupils because I'm kind of a weirdo, but I guess that's gone now too because I'm dead. Not that you believe me, because you just refuse to remember anything. Well, I can accept that you're an alien, but come on, meeting an alien who's also a ghost in front of my yard is a bit too much to believe. It's almost too awesome. No, Carcat, we don't get to listen to your music unless you're there. There we go. So you don't remember anything about the game at all, then? The destruction of your planet, bringing your ancestor back to life as a clown woman, putting a huge flaming ocean out with your magical wind, Jack Noir, dying, resurrection, and possibly dying again? Is any of this tickling your sponge? Nope. Sounds cool, though. Fuck, I cannot believe how cold it is on this planet. How can any species be able to survive somewhere like this? Yeah, I thought you looked pretty cold out here, so I brought you a jacket. Oh, okay. Hey, your clothes switched suddenly. Was that some kind of alien wardrobe warpifying technology? Such as a warp-drobe, if you will? Sure, John. Let's just say that's what it was. You look pretty cool in more normal clothes. Not that your space boots and pixie outfit weren't neat. Thanks. So is this how humans begin on Earth, an Earth date with simple acts of flattery and kindness? I don't know about that, really. It just seemed like the nice thing to do. Is this a date? No, I've decided this definitely will not be a date. Not until you remember something, at least. Okay, well, that's probably for the best. I'd probably be pretty nervous on a date with a normal girl, let alone a date with an alien space ghost. Now that you mention it, me too, probably. Your goofy awkwardness is a bit contagious, frankly. Well, so now what do we do? Well, since I'm presuming you're new to the planet, I could show you around the place. This is my green slime ghost pogo ride, in all its glory. In my childhood, it was hours of fun and hundreds of painful injuries. Hey, this isn't slimy at all. What the hell? Nope. I've noticed humans don't seem to keep any slime around the hive, and yet you're strangely cavalier about your open display of certain receptacles. What's the deal with that? Is it that you're just that ashamed of your secretions as a species? Not really. Humans just don't really have much use for slime, I guess? Honestly, I can't think of a single practical use for slime other than to be gross. So bizarre. Anyway, this thing is kind of a death trap, and I haven't ridden it for years. I think my dad had it installed as one of his ridiculous ways of making a man out of me. Sure, my custodian had her ways of making me tougher too. Yeah, parents, right? Anyway, that's my backyard. Pretty damn boring. Sorry. I would show you inside, but I don't think my dad would take too kindly to bringing an alien in, or just yet. I would need to brace him for it. That's fine. What else can you show me? I could show you around my neighborhood if you want. That sounds great. These are my neighbors who live in a lot of the same looking houses as mine. I've never seen them. I think they're all really busy people with a lot of serious business to attend to. Hey look, the snow's melted over here. It's also really warm suddenly. Weird. Does your planet usually have these kind of temperature swings? No, this is pretty unusual December weather. Guess I'll take my coat off. I could take yours back if you want. No thanks, I think I'll keep it on. Oh boy. There's not really much to see in this town, but there are these lakes. This lake here did not used to be a lake a long time ago. Before I was born, there was a factory here. My dad says there was a huge explosion. He was walking by with my Nana when he saw it. Then a little later, my Nana died. My dad never told me how, except that it involved a really big joke book. I never knew her, which is too bad. She sounded really nice. Well, I know what happened. I saw it. You did? Yes. Do you want to know? It might jostle your memory. Okay. I believe this lake is where Jade landed. You landed a little ways over there, about where your hive is now. You clobbered your Nana to death with the aforementioned joke book, but it wasn't your fault. You were both little wigglers riding meteors from the future. You created yourself, your Nana, Jade, and her grandpa, not to mention Dave and Rose and their guardians, all in a lit lab using paradox slime, and sent them back in time as silly grubs with arms and legs you call babies. And here you were doubting the usefulness of slime. Wow, really? Yes, absolutely. I paid close attention to all this because I thought it might give me some clues about us and our ancestors, who were made the same way. Is any of this familiar? That all sounds incredible if true, but I don't even have the foggiest memory of that happening. Yeah, I figured as much. Since you seem to bent on staying in your dream bubble coma, why don't I continue the tour? The tour of Earth? Sort of. What's happening? We're going on an adventure. Where? Through your memories. Mine, too. This would be a really fun thing to do on a date, I think. If we were actually on a date, which we're not. How's this happening? Is this through the advanced alien technologies, like holograms or teleportation? If that's what you want to think to keep you comfy in your stupor, sure. Where are we? This is my home planet before it was destroyed. It's called Alternia. Oh, cool. What's that over there? That is my hive, which is the thing that you refer to as a house. It's where I grew up. It's a castle! No shit. It's big and foreboding and ostentatious, just the way I wanted it. As a blue blood, I was entitled to build such a home, something to set me far apart from the commoners. You built it? Of course not. Robots built it for me when I was very young. But I was allowed to dictate instructions, especially expected to, in fact. Oh gosh, that's so rad. Really? I still find it interesting what sort of mundane facts humans tend to be impressed by. Anyway, my design kind of got boring as I got older. A huge castle hive sounds great, but it starts feeling pretty cavernous and lonely after a while. There were so many blocks I never even used. Your tastes change, but you get stuck with growing up in a place suited not to your earliest, most juvenile inclinations. Nobody tells you that when you're a kid, though. I think I know what you mean. I feel like a long time ago I might have given my dad the impression I really liked clowns, and now there are clowns everywhere. His stupid collection just keeps growing and growing, and it drives me crazy. John, that barely comparable example is so cute, I don't even know what to say. This was my custodian. Ugh. She was hurt in an accident, so I killed her myself to put her out of her misery. Holy shit, look at these glittering space riches. Yeah, I was really into treasure hunting for a while. What's with the broken 8-balls? Never mind those. This was my respite block. From kind of an embarrassing memory, actually. More 8-balls. You sure do like to smash them. John, addiction is a powerful thing. You probably won't understand. What are you wearing? Just a fairy dress? I wore it for this stupid thing I did once. Is that a rocket car stuck in the web over there? What's that about? Don't worry about it. Man, this would be such an awkward moment on a date. Again, if it was one. There's something really familiar about that rocket. Let's keep going. What's happening? Are we back on Earth? You tell me. It's my house again. Why are we here? I was having fun seeing your planet. I don't know, John. These are your memories. This is my dad's room, but I've never been inside of it. So why do I recognize it? Shrug. I think there were some birthday presents here for me. I can't recall which birthday that was. It was your 13th. But I'm 12. Oh, yeah, I remember this. There were these imps all over my house, acting all rambunctious, but why? It's all so hazy. Where's my dad? Sounds like some things are coming back to you. Any chance you remember me yet? No, sorry. Slime suit. Ooh. God. Ladder down to the land of maps and treasure. Hey look, that's my dad. What's he doing here? I missed the heck out of him. Though I'm not sure why. He should be safe at home, right? Now. I guess I must have lost track of him, but I don't remember how. All I know is that I have this feeling like I should run over and give him a hug. Well, just so you know, he's probably not actually there, kind of like how my Lucis was just a memory. Are you a psychic alien, like the one who Jodie Foster met in contact and assumed the form of her dead father to talk to her? As a matter of fact, yes, I am a psychic alien, but that has nothing to do with this. These are our memories. We are in the afterlife. I keep trying to tell you, and it's starting to get frustrating. I see. So it's not me who is Jodie Foster. It's more like you who are Jodie, because nobody believed her when she came home and had amazing tales to tell. Except Matthew McConaughey. Ugh. But it's okay. I'll be your Matt McConaughey. Does that mean you'll believe me or no? I guess I always did, sort of. I think I've been in denial about what's happening here. It's nice that you believe me, but that doesn't mean you remember yet. So if this isn't my dad, then where is he? He died too. You saw his body. Don't you at least remember that? No, not at all. I am remembering a bunch of things, but not that. Then what? Do you remember me yet? No, I only remember when you contacted me and said you'd kill me a little earlier, but that was months ago. I do remember talking to some other trolls like you and playing this game. It was on my 13th birthday. I was really looking forward to playing it, but it was late in the mail. I got some presents from my dad, like this big weird clown doll that I didn't like much, and some fruit gushers. Oh yeah, I also realized gushers are made by Betty Crocker and it freaked out. Did you realize Betty Crocker makes gushers? This comes as news to me. Well, she does. Her villainy knows no bounds. Oh, well, he also gave me this suit, which I remember wearing for a while, but it didn't quite look like this. It had a black tie and no ghost, so I improved it. Actually, I remember dying in a suit. You do? But this was not the suit I was wearing when I died. This was. Let us continue. It seems she's acting out again. Sorting these clippings will have to wait while I settle her down. I apologize profusely. Please continue to help yourself to the serviceable forward commands in my absence. As a first-class host, I keep a healthy supply on hand at all times. Let's start here. It'll be the simplest. Mission accomplished. What the fuck? I didn't ask you to grab a wallet. So dumb. Friendly enemies are here. Ring is still missing, though. Wait, this thing is gone, too. Actual mission. Kill the girl. Woof, 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 woof. Disappear. No wallet. Ring secure. Huge relief. Oh, wonderful. Another interruption. What do we got? Oh, but the nano one is so sad. Alright. Fedora Freak. Eureka. Stand by for clarification regarding enthusiastic outburst. Yes, it is as hoped for beyond hope. Unusual devices may be used to duplicate fresh, perfectly pressed garments. Inexhaustibly, as far as I know. Reconstructing complete professional ensemble now. Please hold. Pleased to report restoration of dapper visage and overwhelming success. Alas, devices appear to hold no such promise for departed family members. Misplaced handheld steam press. Update on device utility. Combinative apparel synthesis presents intriguing possibilities. Now combining expensive leather pipe, tobacco sleeve with handsome gray fedora. To document results shortly. Resulted in hat with outlandish and frivolous appearance. Do not care for. Shall discard immediately. Combination of pant, fine cotton shirt, even more disappointing. Yielded useless, excessively tall pant, relieving from wardrobe at once. Made unwelcome determination. Production requires expensive glittering abstractions called grist. Such jewels remaining in cash, libation in reserve at premium. Consumed final swallow of carefully rationed urine. Soon to seek water elsewhere in exotic new surroundings. More importantly, to seek grist facilitating continued accessorizing. Note to self, use spoils to make more hats. Preparing for expedition to reap gems from mischievous local fauna. Crafted sturdy bludgeoning instrument out of uprooted mailbox. Tall pant, perhaps adaptable as defensive garment? Pardon while donning tall pant. Donned tall pant. Confidence in martial prowess perplexingly swells. Venturing out. Powering down gray, serviceable handheld computing device to preserve battery. Additional updates to be submitted in a frank and forthright manner for judicious appraisal within a reasonable time frame. TIA for patience. Turning on handheld device for brief report. Severe injury sustained in skirmish with undersized sportive rascal. Tall pant unremarkable in protective utility. Damaged. Bloodied, badly bloodied. No indication of laundering facilities throughout Enchanted Land whatsoever. Losing fluid rapidly. Maintaining adequate hydration levels more important than ever. Libations, unfortunately, not forthcoming. Rest needed. Seeking surface suitable for assuming reclined posture. Strength depleting. Tie loosened, removed, rolled up neatly and tucked beneath hat. Minimal stamina left for disrobing sodden tall pant. Leaving on. Encountered rest surface. Horizontal stone slab exhibiting an unidentified iconography. A tall post on each corner. Oh, cornbread. Fuck. Mysteriously inviting. Mounting slab. Exhaustion taking hold. Excuse me, sir. Pipe fan 413, friend. Pipe fan 413, sound of voice nearly refreshing enough to distract from perpetual taste of warm, poorly filtered urine. Oh my, no, I'm not actually your friend, dear. I'm his mother. Another of Pipe fan 413's legendary pranks. Please clarify. If yes, prepare to regard as hilarious. Were that it was, I'm sorry to say there is no chicanery in play at all today. Though, yes, that would be quite the doozy. I believe the late great Colonel would surely say we were cooking with petrol upon hearing such a whopper. No, I'm just an old woman looking for his son. Understood, madam. You remind me of him so. Would you mind terribly if I talked to you for a little while? I am fearing the worst for my son. While my grandson has gone off to do great things, I've caught myself feeling a bit lonely as well. Can imagine no greater pleasure, though. Eyelids heavy, getting dark, feeling in extremities, fading. Oh, but you must be exhausted from your travels, you poor thing. Why don't you just lie there and rest? And I will tell you a story. At Pipe Fan 413's kindly mother. Thank you. It's a fairy tale about a young sister and brother who were raised by a wicked witch. The witch, in truth, was a world-famous baking baroness. Her cruelty made life miserable for the two children, who did not have their father anymore to protect them. He was the greatest prankster who ever lived, and a true southern gentleman. He was killed by a comet on the day the boy was born, and the wicked baroness raised them alone, with a hand as firm as that which she ran her brutal baking empire. The children pledged to each other that one day they would run away together. They followed in the footsteps of the dear colonel, in defiance of the old batter witch. They studied his every jape and practiced them in secret, but as they grew older, their interests drifted. The boy developed a passion for adventure and put aside his study of the practical jokes. He dreamed of wealth and fame and discovery and swore he would wander the world. One day, he decided to run away with the loyal dog he inherited from their father. He asked the girl if she would come along, but she was too scared of the retribution that might follow. The boy scoffed at the danger and assured his sister that there was nothing to be worried about. But he had not seen firsthand what the Baroness was capable of. He told his sister that he believed in her and that she could handle whatever the witch would throw at her, and with that he was off, and she would never see him again. The Baroness would raise her very strictly, mentoring her in the art of baking. The girl took to the lessons with fierce determination. Her only act of defiance left was to one day surpass the Baroness in skill and beat her at her own game. It was all she could do, for the Baroness made sure she knew there could be no escape. The girl surely missed her brother, and soon enough he achieved fame for his exploits. She followed him in the newspapers, the tales of his remarkable discoveries, inventions, and riches, how she wished she could rejoin him, and be free from the toiling for the pastry hag. One day, the girl was able to gather enough bravery to mention her brother to the Baroness, and her desire to see him again. With contempt, she guaranteed that this could never happen. When the girl asked why, that is when the Baroness began to reveal to her more than just baking secrets. She mentioned that, like in many fairy tales, there was more of the children's past than they knew. The Colonel was not their father, nor was the Baroness their mother. They in fact had no father or mother at all, nor were they ever actually born. They had both fallen from the sky. They were not actually brother and sister, as they had been told either. Again, like in many fairy tales, the truth was that they were always destined to become married one day. They were to have two children, a son and a daughter. And these children were meant to save the world. But the Batter Witch was determined to make sure this destiny would never be realized. In her limitless cruelty, she would do all in her power to keep them apart for the rest of their lives. The girl that day swore she would bring down the Baroness and her evil empire. She would use the many secrets she'd learned over the years against her, and began carefully plotting her downfall. Years went by. The girl was nearly ready to put her plan into action, but then, just like that, the Baroness disappeared. She was never seen or heard from again. The girl was finally free by a strange turn of events, but not without a final jab from the witch. It turned out that in her will she had left the empire entirely to the boy. The boy, now a grown man, was already very wealthy in his own right. He had no particular need for the baking empire, but assumed control nonetheless, and integrated the company into his extensive collection of enterprises. The girl, instead of seeing this as more misfortune, took the news as a relief. She'd just as soon have nothing to do with the witch's empire, and far preferred to pursue her original passion for practical japery. She considered a reunion with her estranged brother and once destined husband-to-be, but the days of longing for a future with him seemed to be from another lifetime. The chance had come and gone. She was content to let him live his increasingly elaborate life while she sought a simpler one. Besides, now was not the time to revisit a destiny with an old star-crossed lover. She had recently become betrothed to a fine, upstanding gentleman. Soon, she would start a family. No, not one meant for heroism as foretold, but one that would make her happy nonetheless. In the following years, she was left to ponder all that might have been. What might have been if there had been no Baroness to keep the girl and boy apart? What might have been if the Baroness had not disappeared and she had the opportunity to use her secrets against her? For you see, the girl had uncovered so many dirty secrets about the terrible Batter Witch, including the most troubling one of all. Of course, no one would have believed her, but she knew. She knew the Baroness was not human. Fedora Freak's gray, serviceable handheld computing device's battery has died. Oh, wonderful, another interruption. So it seems as if Fedora Freak found his quest bed, but because he is an adult human male, I just get the distinct impression that nothing is gonna work out for this guy. He's fucked. God tier Fedora Freak, no one cares. Don't care. I busted into his place to finish the quest. Or, let's continue with Dave and Jay. I busted into his place to finish the quest. I was expecting him to be asleep and was going to figure out some way to wake him up, but like last time I saw him, he was already awake to greet me. But I thought the denizens were supposed to be asleep, at least until you do the right things on the quest. They are. As sprites were programmed to know things like that about the game, but I guess not everything. It seems like if you try to fight them too soon, you find them awake and they're like, what the fuck are you doing here already? Which is what happened last time I saw him, before I became a sprite, and I stupidly tried to fight him, which was a really bad idea, because he's hella strong. And the whole time he was raving about shit, about a stolen sword and a missing forge, but I wasn't really listening. If I had, I might have understood he wasn't actually trying to kill me, he was giving me the choice. What choice? Wait, I mean, the choice. I always forget I can talk underlined for important shit. What did you choose? I guess I made an unwitting choice by deciding to flee. I figured he was unbeatable, so I decided to get the fuck out of there. So I snapped a quick capture to get his huge hammer and got code and then got the fuck out. What happened when you saw him this time? Like I said, he was awake again, but this time I'm in no condition to fight, so I didn't, and that's what I didn't get. He's this terrible, angry, monstrous guy, but there's no real need to fight him. So he looked me up and down, all hard, saw the broken sword, and like before, gave me the choice. You mean the choice? Oops. Yeah. So it was the same choice? No, it was different. I think it must be always different, depending on the circumstances. I don't know what the choice is when you face him, the way you're supposed to, but I'm showing up with this bleeding bird sprite holding his broken sword, so that's a pretty odd situation. Then what did he make you decide? He sees I got his sword and it's busted, and you can tell he's pissed, but like before, it's like restrained anger. Like he's always about to just fucking flip, but still keeps it together. So he tells me he can repair it, and make the derringer with the forge lit. He says he can repair anything, but only one thing. And I have to choose. So I said, okay, fix the sword. As opposed to what? Doesn't matter really. I just thought making the sword felt like the right thing to do. Oh, so I give him the sword, and I still wasn't all that simple. He needed lava from the forge to make it, which means Echidna had to be awake. Our denizens had to have some kind of truce to make it happen. See what I mean about it being complicated? Yeah. So Jade must have done something right to wake her up and get the forge going. Don't know what she did though. Probably something amazing. She's still working so hard to help everyone. I guess I used to be that way, but I've completely forgotten how. Are you sure? What's happening? Reckoning. It's getting close to the end. More meteors are getting by the portals. The battlefields will probably be wiped out soon. Can we do something to stop it? Would there be a point? I don't know. I like it here, though. I felt like I was drawn here to come. I was drawn to come here when I wasn't sure where to go. Yeah, me too. The meteors and all the fire. It reminds me of when I died, and I was trying to wake John up. I was scared then too, but I didn't let the fear stop me from trying to save him. What would you want to do if you weren't scared? I have no idea. I guess try to help? What is there to do? Well, I have to bring this sword to Dave. Oh no, does that mean you're going to leave? No, I was going to say I'm not in any shape for more adventuring. I figure this is probably my last stop. But maybe there's a way you can help. You mean I should give him the sword? If you want. But I don't want to leave you here either. Maybe you don't actually have to go anywhere. You ought to have a lot of special powers, remember, because of ascending to doghood? Oh yeah. Try doing your spacey thing. I mean, not to sound condescending or anything, but it's got to be like borderline omnipotence pretty much. Just put your mind to it. Okay, I will try. And that's how the sword ended up on Durst. It just appeared. No, a little more complicated than that. Oh god, I don't know if I have a Carcat session in me. Oh, I might not have a choice. I am piloting. Let's catch up with Rose and Dave. I am piloting the moon through the furthest ring right now. At the moment, it's passing through a dream bubble. I am visiting your dream in person. Or you're the one visiting me as I travel in your sleep, if you'd rather look at it that way. Okay, so all those questions you asked me, getting me to remember, you're just stalling me, weren't you? So I wouldn't wake up and try to stop you. Not entirely. This sucks. Could you please turn the thing around and come back? Why? I'm already out here. Might as well go through with it. We agreed I'd do it, though. Or at least you pretended to agree, just before going into a major league windup with your nap yarn. A major league windup? Sports. It's always been pretty sad that I seem to know more about sports than you, which is really saying something. All I'm saying is no one likes a basketball hog. I think they just called that a ball hog. I just think you should, that in the athletic arena of competitive achievement, it's a widely known fact that cherry-picking poses get showered in nothing but booze. You don't gank the Rock and steal the big man's thunder on his raucous drive to the hole. Oh, Lord. Is that the sort of ignominy you want? See, you didn't consider sports. You never consider the sports. The last thing I want to do is come between a big man's thunder and any particular hole he might prize. And yet, such has been what's happened. It's like the tight end going long down the yard in sudden death. It's me. I'm the tight end. And the quarterback sniped the field goal just before the NFL buzzer went off. The greedy QB is you. That's not even close to being a thing in football. But instead of winning the Gold Sports Prize, you just fucking die and nobody cares and it didn't mean anything. But this song is so good. No, I don't want to confuzzle anybody listening to me talk and listening to the lyrics. Which prize is this? But instead of winning the Gold Sports Prize, you just fucking die and nobody cares and it didn't mean anything. Which prize is that? The football prize. You mean the most vaunted accolade associated with the gridiron known as the Stanley Cup? No, come on. It's called the Bruce Bombardi Trophy or something for best pile squad. I'll take your word for it. And even though you're dead, all these fat millionaires in helmets just leap on your corpse anyway and pile up. And I mean way up. How high do they even have to be? The sports pile doesn't stop from getting taller. Doesn't the officiator have a means of measurement on hand? I wouldn't want to be crushed by non-regulation sports pile. Why do you care? You'll be dead like a mission thieving poser you are. Poser? So not cool. Yes, poser. It should be my torso getting pulverized by that avalanche of overpaid beefcakes, and you know it. I forget what we were doing exactly. Were we pursuing the hackneyed debate over who has the best claim to self-sacrifice, or seeing who can out-dumbass the other with obtuse sports lingo? There obviously stopped being a difference between those things. The question's offensive. Almost as offensive as you stalling me while you peel out of here in your dumb moon. I'm the one stalling? The moon's probably just a speck in the sky now due to your strange beefcake harangue. Yeah, but I don't know how to wake back up is the thing. How do we wake back up? I guess I could wake back you up if you really want. Okay, then do it. But you have to promise me to stay put. Don't try to stop me, just let it go. But this was my mission. It really makes no sense for you to go. This was never your preoccupation. They selected me a long time ago. That doesn't make sense. Why would they drag me into it just to have me make a map and then let you ditch me? They've obviously been gunning for me, too. Yes, they helped you chart a path through the ring, and they will open that path for a pilot they have marked. I believe I fit the description. I'm not sure about you. Why do you think that? I'm the pilot. That's all there is to say on the matter. But I don't want you to die. Help John and Jade. This isn't right. Then I'm not going to help you wake up. I'll stall some more. So you admit you were stalling with all that bullshit. I said not entirely. Well, what do you mean? It's going to be a long ride through all this nothingness. Maybe I just thought some company would be nice. before it's all over. So what'll it be? What? I'll wake you, but only if you promise to rejoin the others. Could you give a message to John for me? Sure, but if I'm promising not to chase you down, there's really not really any hurry to wake up. Aw, are you sure? I was looking forward to bowling another wicked googly with a yarn. Sports ways. No, I'll stay asleep a while. Okay. What did you want me to tell John? What did you want me to tell John? What was that? What? Did you hear something? No. What? I thought I heard something outside. Who's this douchebag? I mean, who's this douchebag? I mean, bag. I'm stuttering. This dude's making me nervous. You don't remember him? No. Then I guess this isn't a memory. So he's here with us on the moon. Not with us. Just me. You're still on Durst, remember? Quick and easy way to wake up. Man. The Draconian Dignitary has got it out for Dave's. He's got 2 Dave kills. That's more than anyone else. I guess that is an advantage of being a dead dream, of resurrecting as a dream self. I think you just get to fly. Perks of one resurrection. All right, what's left? Oh, God, gotta save Carcat for last. Kills me. All right, John and Vriska. Hi, John. How's it like being dead? I remember now. I was tricked by a troll into flying up to the last gate using this rocket pack. She said I could take a shortcut and go kill my denizen while he was sleeping. It did not quite work out that way. That sounds like Terezi's handiwork. I don't know. She didn't tell me her name. She was a blind troll. She made me this incredibly shitty map for me to follow. Yup, that's her. I guess she got both of us then. Unbelievable. She tricked you too? Yes. Well, not tricked so much as made a pointless coin flip and stabbed me in the back. Wow, that's pretty cold-blooded. Oh, sure, she was easily the most underhanded and villainous member of our group, but I did let my guard down, and even when she stabbed me, I sure didn't think I was gonna die. Why not? It turns out immortality isn't all it's cracked up to be. Let's leave it at that. God, Vriska just cannot accept what happened, and she can't stop lying about it. But if she did, she wouldn't be Vriska. So I guess you never get around to giving me immortality like you said, or killing me, for that matter. Sounds like the blind troll beat you to it. No, I did, but this will be hard to explain to you. Explain what? I guess in her own sick way, she actually set us up on this date together. Maybe I should thank her when she falls asleep, or dies, God forbid. So, now it is a date? I don't know. I said it wouldn't be unless you remembered, and now you remember, but you still don't remember me, do you? Nope. Yeah, I thought so. This version of you died before I started messing with you. Not that I expected you to understand what that means. No, I get that. If I had decided not to take the shortcut, I would have lived, and then you would have talked to me a lot? Yeah, that's right. I guess I should have learned to give you more credit by now. Well, I might not have figured that out if not for some things that just happened. I still can't believe I'm meeting a version of you that doesn't remember a thing about me. None of my great exploits or any of the ways I helped you. Only that one stupid time I taunted you. It's a vaguely frustrating feeling. Sorry, not sure what to tell you. So you remember literally nothing I told you about myself. Not even the, compromising stuff. Well, you did just show me around your planet, which was really cool. There's compromising stuff? Your species would think so. But I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I guess not. But who says we can't get to know each other all over again? You wouldn't find that boring? No way, not if you wouldn't. You said the name of the blind troll who killed me, but you have not told me yours. I haven't? No. It's Vriska. Nice to meet you, Vriska. I'm John, even though you already know that. Yes. So now what do we do? Aside from be dead and probably aside from be dead for probably ever. Man, I don't know. Maybe you could tell me about how you died? What were the things that just happened you were talking about? Well, like I said, I flew up to the last gate like this. Oh, nice boots. Pashoo! God. Fucking great fortress. It brought me inside the palace. It was huge, and it took a long time to explore. It was eerily empty, too. I had the weird feeling of getting to a place in a video game you're not supposed to be yet, because you don't have the right power-ups and such. You know what I mean? Not really? I'm used to taking shortcuts whenever I play games. Oh, okay, so I started getting crazy nervous the longer I was down here, and I was starting to wonder if my silly iron pogo hammer would even do any damage against the monster. Snort. What? Against a denizen? Of course that piece of shit isn't gonna do anything. If I were you, I'd have chucked it into the forge. Excuse me, it's called the Wrinkle Fucker, and it's totally amazing. It might be alright if you combine it with something awesome, like some cool dice, for instance. That's so absurd, like anything that would ever happen. So, when John called it a palace, I got real big fucking Secret of Mana vibes. Because that's what the edifices in Secret of Mana are. The legendary edifices, the Mana palaces. What's this? I found it very deep in the palace dungeon. I was wandering for hours, following a horrible sound through the pipes. I could tell Typheus was really close, because it was very loud here. It could only be the sound of him sleeping. I was tempted to play it, but I didn't dare risk waking him up. Pretty much by then, I was sweating bullets at the thought of confronting him. You were right to be nervous. Denizens are incredibly powerful monsters. You had no chance whatsoever in this stage of the game. You might have stood a chance after I started helping you, but Terezi really fucked you over by leading you here so early. Yeah, I guess if I ever see her, I should thank her too. Why? Because this was important. What was? Getting killed by a monster? Well, yes, but not just that. The whole ruse was important. If I didn't go back to make the decision to go, then Dave would not have been able to go back in time and fix things. In fact, if I didn't die here in this place, we would never have been born in the first place. How could you know all that? This way. This denizen does not look asleep to me. Nope! He was wide awake when I found him. I practically crapped my pants. Well, that explains her quick death. If your denizen was anything like mine, it wouldn't have wasted much time before unleashing a huge shitstorm of devastating monster magic. What was your denizen like? Her name was Cetus. She was this awful sea monster. Her lair was deep underground amidst a bunch of shipwrecks. She was quite vicious and territorial. I knew I had to kill her quickly to release the horde before she had a chance to do anything tricky. What do you mean tricky? Did she talk to you? Of course, she was babbling in riddles through most of the fight. I wasn't paying much attention, though. I mean, what creature doesn't speak in boring riddles in this game? So is that all what you all did? Kill your denizens as fast as possible without listening to them? Yeah, pretty much. We were all pretty good players, remember? Yes, so I've heard. Well, okay, I can't exactly speak for everyone. There was a lot of going on. I don't know how some people went about beating their denizens. For instance, I'm not sure how our hero of Breath did it. Maybe the monster just released the horde for him out of pity? Maybe he just talked to his denizen. If there was a way to avoid a tough battle, I'm sure he found it. It sounds like a good way to cheat yourself out of a lot of sweet XP and loot, though. I don't know, you might be surprised. John, are you saying you had a nice friendly chat with this hideous, bloodthirsty creature before he killed you? Yes! Typheus might not be pretty to look at, but he's not a bad guy at all. Hold on, I need to check something real quick. Shit. I know at one point we get to see... Shit. At one point we get to see what Rose's browser is, and I'm trying to figure out what her browser was. Was it also Cetus? Fuck. That does me no good. Shit. Okay, so it's not in any of the titles. Damn. Decoding tools? No. Oh, well. I guess we'll just have to figure that out later. Or never. What the hell are you doing now? PW. Seriously, why did you go back to see her? You didn't mention this last time. Listen, fuck ass, I'm gonna need a password before we continue. Please? Right, okay. Let's see if I can remember. It was pretty elaborate if I recall. Okay, here we go. I'm a disgusting, worthless bilge sack on the gargantuan teat of a laboring, leprous muscle beast. My self-esteem is so small, its existence is a matter of conjecture among theoretical physicists. I smell so bad, the stench cannot be expressed with even the most eloquent florid language. The odor my body makes has made poets cry. I have won special awards for discovering new places to touch myself erotically while farting. I unfairly pulverized the competition in asshole pageants, and I have received a lifetime ban from ugly contests by President Shitface himself. My blood is not fit to flow through a sewer, and my sign is a pictographic symbol that loosely translates as, please hike these pants up to this guy's armpits, chain him to a flogging jut, and make fucking example out of this sorry sack of shit. When I look in a mirror, my reflection slowly shakes his head while I wet myself in shame. What, that was it, wasn't it? Not the, how was that not fucking it? Did I forget an apostrophe somewhere? No, Carcat, that was not quite the password, but you were on the right track. Can we just talk now? Do you even remember the right password? Something along the lines of gratuitous self-deprecation forced into my mouth, involving references to some kind of weird human coupling ritual. You're being deliberately dumb. It was, if I hate myself so much, then why don't I marry myself, remember? I was just using the password system to poke a little fun at you, and you turned it into this whole overdramatic thing. Jeez. Ha ha, Can we get down to fucking business again? I wonder if we will ever be able to start a conversation without having a ridiculous argument about the password system. If you would drop the password system and let future me talk to you, he might be able to give you an answer. Spoiler, the answer would be no, because the passwords are stupid. Why would I want to do that? The only guy who's dumber than past Carcat is future Carcat, and vice versa. I have this on good authority from both sources. I still think your use of the term is kind of asinine. There really is no past or future Carcat from your view. There's Carcat who knows less stuff and Carcat who knows more. Why not just gather the facts from the one who's got the lowdown already? I mean, I'd do it myself, but I can't stand the guy. You see, that's your problem. Okay, one of your many, many problems. You have no patience to do things the right way. You're always looking for a shortcut, even if doing so has brought you nothing but trouble 100 times before. It's sort of funny that the only thing standing in your way is one of your other problems, your preposterous self-loathing. So you can't even trust your future self to help you cheat. It's like you have so many problems they cancel each other out. That's not the only thing standing in my way. Your stupid passwords are also standing in my way. If not for that, I could be fast-tracking this to Solution Town for us both. Exactly. Okay, whatever. Let's just get on with this linear conversation, okay? Okay. So you gave me that silly password, and we ended our conversation a few minutes ago from my end, and I scanned ahead looking for a good moment on your timeline to pick it up again. And I noticed you went back to see her again for some reason. Yes. So I'm just wondering why. What happened to the frog breeding? I thought we were on roll with that. Yes, we still are. This little detour was related to that task. We should be nearly done. What was she even saying to you? I can't understand a word of that horrifying gibberish. I can understand her just fine. I still don't really get it. Why my denizen was such a nightmare while yours apparently gives you guttural pep talks in some Byzantine monster language. We already talked about this. Echidna and I have an understanding now. Vague bullshit. It's the exact fucking thing I can't get enough of. Well, maybe if you weren't in such a grumpy hurry all the time, you wouldn't have killed your denizen so quickly. You might have actually learned something. Huge, ugly monsters are for killing. Period. Did you even talk to Kanaya about it? I don't remember. Maybe? I'm a busy guy, Jade. I talk to a lot of people about a lot of stuff, including myself. Her situation was very similar to mine. I thought she killed her denizen to light the forge or something. It doesn't sound like you got the whole story, or maybe you just weren't listening to her. Well, I sure don't think it was whatever you did. And in any case, I thought all that was over with. Why are you back? What does she have to do with frog breeding? This was Kanaya's suggestion. Kanaya's still helping you? Yes, I'm talking to her right now, actually. Oh, I see her across the room. She's not talking to anyone on a computer. Of course not. She's from a different time than you, genius. Which time? A few hours in your future. I see how it is. You won't talk to future Carcat until I jump through your fucking password hoops and become him eventually. But you'll talk to future Kanaya just like that? Double standard, anybody? Jade says, yes, please. You're so ridiculous. I have Kanaya using the same password system as you. She's just a little further ahead on my timeline is all. It'd be pretty hard to keep you both synced up. I thought you didn't want shit spoiled from the future, though. Yes, from my future. I don't want you guys telling me things I do before I do them because you talk to future me. But knowing a few things about your future doesn't really matter. Not that I'm going to tell you any of it, so don't ask. I think I'm on the verge of becoming a religious person. I just don't know... Oh, God, my eye. Oh. There we go. I just don't know where else to turn to remove the awesome suffering that Trollian's temporal chat bullshit miraculously continues to inflict on me. Maybe the mirthful messiahs will come and take my pain away. Oh, yes, that sounds heavenly. Jade, please excuse me while I go paint my face to outwardly reflect the beauty of my inner awakening, and drub my think pan mercilessly to reduce my intelligence to the level necessary to sustain these beliefs. Sign. What are you even talking about? Are we done? Almost done crafting this master plan? I have stuff to attend to here. My team is falling apart, and I can't find Gamzee anywhere. I'm worried he might have wandered off somewhere and got hurt. Well, you'll find him. I thought you weren't telling me anything about my future. I know, I made an exception, but only this one. Let's move this along. Just update me on the frogs and give me a new password, okay? Kanaya thinks we should all talk about this. She says you're important to consult on the matter, but that you from her time is too busy. Busy with what? She's opening a memo. Oh, gracious. I don't know. I don't like the look of that in particular, among other things.